Hi, I'm Celia, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm also known as Primal Beach Babe on Instagram, so you can find me there if you want to follow for more recipes. But today, I wanted to shout out Dr. Kiltz. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. This is so exciting. I'm going to be making fish sticks today. Don't know if you've ever had any fish sticks without the bread. So this is a full-on carnivore recipe. So a little bit about me. I am carnivore. I have been carnivore for about 2 years. I started it because I had a really bad case of candida. I was, of course, one of those people who did the sourdough thing during COVID. So my husband and I, we ate sourdough every day for probably a year. But unfortunately, what that did is gave me a really bad case of candida. So I started as an elimination diet. I was just eating meat, salt, water, added in the eggs. And you know what? Here I am 2 years later. I have not added in really any vegetables. I've started doing a little bit of the living carnivore with the ferments, a lot of sauerkraut, pickles, anything that's fermented, right? Because it's alive. So I'm doing a little living carnivore. Today's recipe is going to be pretty strict carnivore. Eggs and fish and salt. And that's it, really. Super easy. I mean for this recipe to be something that moms can do, something you can give your toddlers, something you can give your kids. Really fun, really crunchy. I think that's something we struggle with as carnivores, right? We have that same texture that we're always working with. We've got the eggs and the meat, and it's just this like squishy, kind of chewy, we chew it around in our mouth, but I have been wanting something crunchy, right? So if you struggle with that, if you are like, I want a potato chip, I want some French fries, this recipe is really going to hit the spot for you. And I'm so excited for you to try it. So let's take a look at our ingredients here. So of course we need our base, the fish, right? So I'm showing us both tuna and salmon because you can use either or. So it's 2 cans of whichever one you prefer, 1 egg, and of course, I like to use these organic pasture-raised eggs, and some salt, whatever salt you use. I'm gonna use Maldon today, and equipment needed. Obviously, these look like waffles to start, and then they become sticks. So we have our handy-dandy waffle maker here, and a bowl. That's it, a bowl and a waffle maker. This recipe, we're gonna start with the egg. We're gonna beat the egg first. So 1 egg, 1 egg. And I'm going to use a bowl and a fork. I'm not going to use a beater just because that just seems like too much work, too many things to clean for such an easy recipe. So I'm just going to crack my egg, put it in the bowl, and mix. I don't know, maybe this will take a minute, you think? I think 1 minute sounds good. Looking pretty good. I think it's good. It's got some bubbles in it. I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe. Yeah. I did say that we can use salmon or tuna. I'm going to use 2 cans of salmon. So these are each 6 ounces. So depending on whatever kind of fish you want, I don't know if you want mackerel, sardines is actually really good with this. I've made sardines before. But I'm going to use the salmon from Costco. Just wild caught. You want it to be wild caught. You don't want any farm-raised salmon. Atlantic salmon, not good. We like the Alaska caught salmon. I think you could probably even make up some salmon and then also put this in this recipe. However, canned. I'm into simple. I really want to have easy to go meals. And so opening up a can of tuna or 2 or a can of salmon is just super easy for me. So I'm gonna go. Okay, so in salmon or tuna, you know how there's water in the can? You're going to want to empty that water actually out. So you don't want a lot of moisture in this recipe if you want it really crunchy. So I am actually going to drain these in a colander and really make sure that all the water is out. I might even press it with some towels. So let's go see if we can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and dump these into a colander here. Just get rid of all that juice because so much juice comes out. See, woo, drained a lot of juice out of that. Yuck. All right. So, and then I'm going to do extra because again, we want these really crispy. For them to be fish sticks, they need to be really crispy. So I'm going to actually press on them with some paper towels. We want it really nice and dry. So okay, even it's time to put that tuna, salmon actually, I use salmon, into the egg mix. So it's all nice and dry. I actually can kind of like crumble it into the bowl and not have it feel super wet. So we'll empty that in there and give it a really nice stir. So During this step, you really want to mash and macerate all of that salmon. So you want to get it in really small pieces, because if it's too thick, you could even put this in a blender, I suppose. But again, me and dirty dishes, no thank you. So you really want to mash it really small and make sure that the egg mixture is getting really well in there. I'm into that. Okay, now we're going to do some salt. So like I said, I'm going to just use a pinch. This Maldon salt is so great. I'm going to use like a hefty pinch maybe. I don't know. Like that much? See that? Yeah. So I'll throw that in there. And because it's flake salt, you do want to mix that again, because you want to get that salt nice and liquefied into the whole tuna. Otherwise, or salmon, again, we're using salmon, in there so that you don't have big, bold bites of salt. Okay, so I'm going to measure out a half cup. Don't necessarily need to pack it in there, but I just want to make sure that I've got a half cup. I'm going to come to my waffle maker. Now, I have a non-stick waffle maker. If you don't, I would definitely suggest that you use butter in here. But you go ahead and put that on there. I'm not afraid of heat, so I use my hands, but you may want to use something else. And you just want to smush it down. Now, remember, it's got egg in it. An egg actually expands in your waffle maker. So keep in mind that this mixture will expand just a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. So I like to mix it around, make sure all of the plates are covered, get it to the edges there, make sure there's not a lot in the middle. You want it pretty uniform. And if you're finding that you can't mix it up, you can actually add a little bit more. So I'm actually going to do that right here just because I see a little bit of a empty spot. But that's looking pretty good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and close it here. Okay, and I've got this turned up to the highest setting. I actually even probably will leave this waffle in here longer than my thing wants to leave it in there. You'll start to notice it steam. So again, the water issue, right? So your waffle maker is actually going to steam out a lot of the moisture, and you want that. You don't want to see any steam by the end. And that's going to show and signify that your waffles are done. If they're not, so I can actually kind of see the steam coming out now. So they've only been in here for 30 seconds, but I'm going to go ahead and just watch that steam, make sure it stops, because that's how you're going to get a really crispy waffle that we can then turn into a fish stick. I'm really antsy, right? I really want them to be done. Just watching my waffle maker. Still steaming. Still steaming. All right, so it's been about 4 minutes now, and I really want to check these. They're probably still not done yet, but I'm impatient. So go ahead and check this out. Oh, not quite done yet. You can see how steamy they are. You can see some water coming out of my waffle maker here. So we're going to leave that in because it can get a whole lot browner and a whole lot crispier. I think we're here, and I think we're finally done. This has been about 10 minutes, really. So they're nice and brown. You see that? They're really nice and brown. I can pick it up off the waffle maker. It's not falling apart. It's very crunchy. You can hear it. You hear that? Okay, we have our first waffle all finished here. Look at that. Such a beautiful waffle, right? It's actually so crunchy. Like, I can pick it up. I can move it around. I can shake it up and down. All sorts of things. And I'll also show you that. Do you hear that? Wow, incredible. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these up into fish sticks. Look at how cute this cutting board is. Like an ocean with the fish sticks. It's just perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into sticks. So I'm just gonna start with the outside edges. And I'm gonna cut down, making nice sticks. You can see how crunchy. About 4 snack. Look at that. Just so good. And nice. Done. Look at that. Little scratch test, make sure. All done. Okay, we'll add them to our other one here. This one came out a little bit bigger, so we might get bigger strips out of him. Look at that. Yum. Nice and crunchy. Can you hear that? I hope that crunch is coming through the camera. Honestly, so good. Really got a fish stick masterpiece here. Wow. Those look so good. I can't wait to dive in. We are almost about ready to try the beautiful fish sticks. It's almost time. Can you believe it? But first, I did say I was going to do something a little dirty carnivore. So I want to make a ranch sauce. Dipping sauces are amazing, and I just think that these need a dipping sauce. So I'm going to make a ranch sauce with yogurt and sour cream and some spices. So go ahead and skip ahead. If you don't want to make a ranch sauce, just go ahead and slide the button and forward on. For our ranch dipping sauce, I've got a 1/4 cup sour cream, and I've got a 1/3 cup of yogurt. We're using, of course, organic sour cream and yogurt, and then a couple spices. And now we mix. Okay, it's time. The moment is here to try the fish sticks. Oh my gosh. So good, so crunchy. I can just pick it up, wave it around. You can hand it to your toddler. They can run around the house with it. I mean, obviously you don't want them to do that, but it'd be fun. Okay, I'm gonna dip it into my ranch sauce here. Wow. Mind blowing. It's so good. It almost doesn't have a fishy taste. Like almost, I guess you can use canned chicken for this as well, right? So you can have chicken fingers, but fish sticks, I mean, you're getting all the omega-3s, you're getting all of that really good heart healthy fat. And then of course, dipping it into some dairy, right? I mean, just so good. Wow. Okay, I want to take a second also. Let's really just notice that crunch, right? Okay, so this was our little baby one that I cut off. Okay, so let's see if we can hear. I'm going to stick it really close to my microphone so you can hear the crunch, okay? Did you hear that? Crunchy, right? I'm going to do it again. Crunch! It's amazing! Amazing. And that's a wrap on this fish stick recipe. Let me know in the comments if you try it. Let me know if you love it. I sure do. If these do not satisfy that crunchy itch for you, I don't know what to tell you.